Yay!
Okay, this is our first X secret. Okay, here's another card.
Yay!
Which is really cool. Here's another X. Oh, I just noticed this in the corner of my eye that we did get another secret.
Yay!
Oh, wow. Okay, this is a really good card to hit. Today we are going to be talking about Battle Spirits, and some of you may know Battle Spirits Saga from the States, but this is not Battle Spirits Saga. This is the original from Japan. This is the one that's been around for a very long time. I believe that they're on set 76 of the booster boxes, but this box in particular is a very special box because if you look right here, this is a new set that they're coming out, 26, and they're restarting the format. So they're going from the booster box that was originally released. They are now kind of starting over for the standard format. They also released the starter deck, which look like this. You're able to get into the game with these new starter decks and this particular booster box, which is not like the Eternal format that has a robust play system, as well as many different mechanics and game types and years of cards. They are now having a product like this. So they're gonna support their Eternal, and they're also gonna have the standard. Now, what I like about this is it allows for people to be able to get into the game with an easy onboard because they're able to have competitive decks without the years of those older cards, and then trying to get those cards can be quite difficult. And so is a lot easier to get access to the cards and have competitive decks. So we're gonna go ahead and start opening this. There's a few cards that I really like to hit that I'm very interested in playing, and I'm also curious to see how those decks are gonna play out in the future. I know that we have some coming up collaboration releases, and we also have set 2 releasing. Now, you do get 18 packs, and each pack is going to have 9 cards. So I'm not really sure about the pack breakdown. I have yet to open any of this, but let's go ahead and get into it. First pack magic. Hopefully we get something big. I've been playing Battle Spirits for now about 6 to 8 months. It is quite hard for me to get some of the older cards where now I can get the standard, I can start fresh, and I can go ahead and get all of the cards and play all the colors that I want without having to worry about getting the years of cards that I did not. I do like the card design. I know some people, they're not the biggest fans. Now here's our first rare. And this is our first M. So we just got our first rare and M in this pack. The M's are kind of like the higher rarity cards. First, you start off with these commons, and then you get a rare, and then you kind of get a rare, another rare, or you get an M, which is kind of like the majestic. And then the highest rarity is like the X. And there's a lot of alternate art cards in this particular set. We're looking for the alternate arts. I'm gonna kind of flip through these commons pretty fast. Then we got another rare here, and we got another M. And there's multiple different colors that exist. That's one thing about Battle Spirits that I like, that you have a lot of different deck building options. There's a lot of different colors to be able to play, as you can see, but then also every deck can run any other color within it. There's another rare and another rare. I don't have to just play red. I can play, if I'm playing this card, then for every purple that I have on the board, it minuses the cost for every purple I have. But if I decide that I want to play this blue, I can play it, but I just have to pay 7 resources instead of getting the subtraction, which is why most people will play a monocolor deck, maybe sprinkle in some spells from white, but they traditionally don't try to mix too many colors unless the deck design is specifically for that. Now, what I really like is, I already said I like the artwork. I like the design, the layout of the cards. If you look at the older cards, they have a different layout. And this new layout is pretty cool. This is our first X.
Yay!
So as I said, the X are kind of the ones that you want to hit right here. This is the first X that we got. And those are kind of the highest rarity cards. And these are the ones that we're searching for. What I like is It's more accessible. I like the accessibility with it that comes along with them starting over with the new format, because like myself, it's kind of hard for me to get started into the game. And I like that I'm able to now have an easy onboard to be able to play the game a lot easier. Here's another M, which I really like the mechanics of purple right now. So I'm welcoming all the purple cards. Purple, green, and red are kind of what I'm gravitating towards. I like how fast green is. I like the mechanics and the gameplay of purple, and of course red. I think aggro is always good, especially in a new format. I think aggro is going to be always something that's easy to learn and kind of adapt to. There's another rare, another M. But the problem that I have with this is, while I do like that it's more accessible, and it does have the same core foundation and as the regular original Battle Spirits does, it still uses the same mechanics, a little bit of different mechanics, and there is some new rules that you have to kind of adjust to. But one thing that I just don't really like about it is it's almost too simplistic. And what I mean by that is the gameplay is very much slower, and it's not as interactive as back and forth, where there's a lot more interaction with the Eternal format. You have a lot more options. The gameplay's a lot faster. The games don't last as long. Dead hands don't traditionally become a problem because you have so many flexibility. The issue is that with this new standard format, and okay, this is our first X secret. So if you notice right here, that secret right here, and this is a very amazing looking card. I just love, I told you, the artwork on this set is just absolutely amazing. So these secrets are what we're looking for as well. The X, especially to get a secret X, is really awesome. I mean, this card is just absolutely beautiful. But the issue is that the gameplay is almost too slow. Now, I understand the card pool is only one set, so we only got one set. It's hard to judge a set, the new format, based off of just one set release. But the gameplay is definitely way slower. And I know that speaking with my friends that play this game, the thing that they've kind of complained about, as well as what I agree with, is that the gameplay is almost too slow. And it's almost like there's very limited things you can do. It just, if you've played Eternal, it almost feels like a much simpler, easier version. It's, like I said, not as enjoyable. It's just not something that you're gonna really want to dive into this format. And which is why I think that the format's been kind of slow to take off. And there's not been a huge buy-in, at least in my local area. There's not been a huge buy-in with this format because people are kind of hesitant to want to get involved with it, given that it's just not fast-paced. It doesn't have the same flow, and also not being able to have comebacks where it's just kind of like you get yourself in a jam. Okay, here's another card, which is really cool. Here's another X, and I'll show you right here. If you look, this card right here and this card right here are going to be the same exact one, but this is a secret version. So secret, and this one's the regular X. But the back and forth gameplay is not much there. So, but I will say one of the positive things about this is that it has allowed for people that wanted to always play, but they just were kind of intimidated by the years of, oh, here's a secret.
Yay!
I just noticed this in the corner of my eye that we did get another secret, and this is an X right here. We did get another secret. I could see it glimmering, but I couldn't really see off of it. But yeah, this is how the secrets look, which they look way better. There's a lot of people that are interested in now playing this because they can get the starter decks. They have a kind of a foundation and a base to be able to get in easy. And because of that, it's really allowed for the community to expand organically. And a lot of people have been coming up to me and talking to me about starting playing Battle Spirits or been interested in getting going because of this set release. They've heard about it. Oh, wow. Okay, this is a really good card to hit, really awesome, especially red. As I said, this is like a key staple in red. But they've been really interested in starting to play, so it's kind of a give and take, where some of the older players are not so interested in necessarily playing, where it has allowed for new players to get in with the foundation. So overall, my opinions about this is I really appreciate that they're allowing players like myself that may have not been around for a very long time to be able to have an easy onboard to start playing the game. But one thing that downside is if you are an existing player that has been playing for a while, you may not really enjoy this format as much because it's not as fast paced, but I do think that there is a lot of positivity that can come from this, especially the fact that it allows for people to have an easy onboard. So just going over our hits again at the end, we hit this one, like I said, very key staple in red. We hit the secret right here, which is pretty awesome for a purple card. We hit this other X, we hit this one, we got that secret, and then we got this one right here. And so overall, a really amazing box opening. I'm pretty happy with the way that this all played out, the cards that we got, and I'm really excited to hopefully open some more product and get some more boxes. But that's all I got for you guys today. Look forward to opening more boxes, doing some more deck reviews, and also talking about these starter decks and kind of going into a deeper dive. But let me know down below what you guys think. If you play Battle Spirits, if you played Battle Spirits Saga, what you guys think about Battle Spirits as a whole. But I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.